Okay, here's game three from the National Chess Congress. The tournament started on November the 28th and goes through goes through December 30th, I believe. But in any case, 3-day tournament. I was in 3-day division. This is round three. Quick recap of round one. I lost it after a hard fought game where I got into time trouble and just threw it away after that. Round two, I actually received a draw, or I accepted a draw after pretty much having a lost position. So, well, I guess it was a loss with complications. So the game ended up being a draw. And this is round three. In this round, I said, well, I definitely am not getting into time trouble. And I already decided, win or lose, I was going to withdraw from the tournament at this point. 2 more days isn't going to improve my game. I need to actually do the practice that I keep saying I'm going to do before a tournament. And I'll reiterate. Right now, my plan is to play at least 50 games before my next tournament, which will be at the end of December. So we'll see if that actually happens. Round three. This is very short, so don't blink. I'm playing black, by the way, and my opponent chose the 4 knights opening. And of course, I know the main line of this opening without problem. I don't play the main line, but I knew it. I just said, well, let me take him out of the book and let's play something other than the main line. So I played bishop to c5, which is not in itself a horrible move. But at this point, you have to actually think about what you're doing. The main line is bishop to b4. So you have to start thinking at this point. And I have seen this variation played before, but a long time ago. If I consistently play like I should, then I would be a lot more familiar with the main lines and variations to the main line. He takes here. Now I know, because I've played out this position before, that knight should take the knight off. White still ends up with a better game, but at least it's defendable. It's not horrible. What I played was, just because this looks cute, and because it left his king in the center of the board. But after I had played this game, I reviewed the opening again, and White doesn't have any problems, and he didn't have any problems in the game. Check here, and he most likely was very familiar with this. The king has to move to g1 so that he can pull or play h3, which he's going to play anyway, and the king can step out of the way and bring the rook in the game. Unless black continues to make bad moves, then you don't even have to do that. Pushed up on the bishop. At the time, these are comfortable moves. But pushing up a3 really didn't do anything bad to the bishop. He's not blocked away on a bad diagonal. d3 is an attempt to stop e5, but e5 is only really bad because the king is still in the center. But you'd also have a problem. No, you wouldn't, because the king is still in the center. I don't want to castle just in case my knight at g4 is going to be forced to h8. Then his bishop will take him off. I'll be in weakened position, but his king is in a weakened position. I should not have worried so much about that, but I did. And this is when things get really bad, because did not anticipate bishop to g5, even though it's obvious. I mean, pin the knight and then try to gang up on that pin with pawn to e5. That made things even worse. I send the knight back to the original position. I mean, these I'm really not thinking through it. I'm afraid that a lot of that has to do with the fact that I knew I wasn't going to continue in the tournament. Of course, once you start really losing, then you regret it, like I'm regretting right now. But I thought these exchanges would help me alleviate the pressure, but they really don't. And like I said, I just thought that. I didn't do actually hardcore calculations to confirm it. I just thought it. I felt it. And now this shows I'm not thinking. At the very least, I should play rook to h3 because I know the knight is coming to d5 and I got to cover the c6 square, but I don't. Yeah, there it is. I saw this coming. I just, number one, couldn't find a way to stop it because the way to stop it was so obvious. And there's a step and brings the other rook into the center. And again, I have another opportunity to play rook to h3 to cover that bishop. I don't. I make things even worse. At this point, I resigned and started relaxing for the weekend. Okay, we'll try it again in late December. Bye for now.